So, hello everyone, thank you so much for coming to the finale event. I know it's been a little while since you guys all submitted your amazing projects, but I'm so glad to be here and to present the final teams for this hackathon. This was amazing. Like, all of you guys, first of all, did so well and you put so much hard work and effort into it. And it really has been a real honor to watch you guys and your projects go, regardless of the results of this hackathon. So well done to everyone. You should be super proud. I'll give a little introduction to this hackathon, summarize what we've been doing, and then we'll move on to the pitches. So we've got 10 finalists pitching today, and you can see the pitch order in the chat. And then we'll have a brief moment for the judging to commence, and then we'll be revealing prizes for both the Solana track and the Elusiv track. And then finally, we'll end this finale event with a few closing remarks. Let's just summarize why we're here again. So at Encode Club, we are a Web3 education community. We are helping support you devs in your path to become amazing, amazing developers within the Web3 community and get you guys kind of out there and building and doing what you love. So we run Educate series. We've currently got a SWE one going on at the moment. Hackathons like this one, accelerators, boot camps, and we try and help place people into jobs as well. So we've just done a 4-week hackathon centered around building on Solana with the Solana Foundation. And we also have Elusiv being sponsoring a prize track as well. So throughout this hackathon, we've been providing workshops, technical support, try to keep engaged within the Discord community. And obviously I've been there for one-to-one support this whole time. And it's been really lovely to meet so many of you guys. So quick recap of the challenges and prizes. We have the Solana Foundation Challenge. Very simple, build on Solana. Anything cool, innovative, or useful will potentially have a chance at winning the 10K prize pool. And those are the 10 finalists that will be presenting today. They are pitching to get to have a chance at winning some of the prizes. And secondly, we also have the Elusiv prize track, which is for the best use case of the Elusiv SDK. And this prize is for 1,000 USDC. So Eomji will give a quick few words.
Jim, everyone, happy to see you again. I think some of you saw me during the Solana Bootcamp, which was a very exciting one, and also through the hackathon. We are very happy that we went through this milestone together, holding hands, keep building. There has been a lot of different hackathon, and also it's not even the end. You know, this is not the end, it's actually another hackathon coming. Grizzly Tony is here, many Solana programs coming. So we are super excited that our builders are keep building, updating their projects, and try to figure out what we can do amazing in this community. What I want to say today is I'm at Denver now, actually. So here also are going to be some Solana teams, Solana hackers, and so on. If you're in Denver, hit me up so we can meet up. What I wanted to add is there's a lot of builders were wondering what they need to do after they build a hackathon after hackathon. So I want to say this hackathon is going to be a milestone for you. Nice, like a push that you can meet new friends. Also, you can take new workshops. You're going to have different types of tech support. So set a goal, what you want to achieve, and try to build new features each time so that you're going to have a final product in the end of a lot of different journey. Going to be very smart play. So again, everyone, I'm very happy to see that you have been here, and I am excited to see all your projects coming out. Feel free to ping us. We're going to keep supporting you, and also thank you for all your support, from Solana and Chase, especially all the time supporting us around. I saw that on Twitter, many hackers has been encouraged by Chase so much all the time. I'm so amazed at how Chase is so nice to every community members, and also Elusiv team. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to see all of you soon in person too.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Eomji. So we'll now just hand over to Chase. Perfect timing. Hi. To say a couple of words.
Hey guys, congratulations to everybody that was able to get something shipped. Super excited, as always, to work with Encode. Hopefully we continue to do these in the future. It's just really cool to see what they've put together. And also, I always love to show up at the very beginning and at the very end of these things to see like people going from zero to hero. Like I've looked through the projects. It's just really cool to see people building new and fun things on Solana. Again, congratulations to everybody who actually made it to the end, and the finalists and the winners, and I would say we have our major hackathon going on, and I've telling this group many times, like our Grizzly-thon is happening on Solana right now. So if you have a project and you didn't win, or if you do win, please go and continue building this out for the next month and a half, or probably the next like 15 days, I think, or 20 days that we have left for ours, and continue building it, submit to Grizzly-thon, and we got $5 million in prizes and VC funding. So you just never know what can happen. But thanks again for having me here, guys, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Chase, for those few words. I also want to add, like, so many of you guys, so many of your projects were born throughout this hackathon. So it would be so amazing if you could bring that to Grizzly-thon, keep going, because I know you guys have the real passion and talent for it. But thank you so much, Chase. So let's move on to Julian from Elusiv.
Hey everyone, I'm Julian, one of the co-founders of Elusiv, and yeah, we were one of the sponsors for this hackathon. And big thanks to everyone who was building with our SDK and giving us feedback, especially in our private Telegram group. That was really helpful, and like some great projects coming out of this hackathon. So super excited. So you are actually the OGs, like building with our SDK, and for everyone who was building with our SDK, really stay tuned. We have some big announcements quite soon, so make sure to follow us on Twitter for the latest announcements. And also, if you happen to be based in Europe and have the time to come to the Berlin Build Station, we're also sponsoring a local prize there. So if you pitch on the 15th of March, you have the chance to win an additional $2,000 for building with our SDK.
Thank you so much, Julian. Okay. So just to quickly go over the pitch order, these are the 10 finalist groups. I've put this in the chat as well, but I will try and update this as we go along. So we will begin with D-Readers.
Hey everyone, shout out to everyone in the audience and the D-Reader team. So D-Reader is a no-code comic book marketplace where creators can release their comic book NFTs. We have an experienced team of developers and storytellers. Myself, I've been in the trenches writing and producing, publishing comics for over 10 years. So D-Reader solves a lot of problems that creators face. Speaking from experience, it's very difficult for creators to get published and to monetize their work in the comics industry. Publishing contracts are not always fair. You know, issues where publishers don't pay or keep creators' IP rights locked up happen every year. During the pandemic, paper shortages caused the industry as a whole to shut down, and the worldwide physical comic book reach is just incredibly difficult unless you're a publisher like Marvel or DC, right? So there's currently no digital ownership on any of the major digital comics platforms. There's no one place to sell, read, and collect digitally while also connecting with readers and with fans. So with D-Reader, we're on a mission to build a decentralized platform for discovering, trading, collecting, and reading digital comics. And D-Reader is paired with D-Publisher, which is an interface tailored for creators where they can self-publish digital comics, read analytics, and directly engage with their audience. Creators would receive a majority of primary and secondary sales on the marketplaces. They'd be able to sell digital collectibles, receive tips, or take on commissions directly in-app. And the creators can engage directly with their community. Members of the community can connect with each other, all while showing off their collections and making friends along the way, hopefully. So not only can collectors buy, own, and sell their digital comics, They can get them signed by their favorite creators, and they can experience any type of gamified journeys that creators may have in store for them. As for a technical overview, we use Next.js, Nest, and Flutter for our web and mobile solution, Metaplex for the smart contracts to build out our marketplace, and it's all built on top of the Solana mobile stack. And I want to give a shout out to Dark Block Protocol, which allows us to keep all of our comic books on chain, encrypted, and readable only by our holders. Now here is a short demo of the product. So once you sign in, you can browse anything from genres to directly look at creators and see what they have in store. If they have their own series, if they have specific collectibles, like maybe a PFP collection or print, print or banners or things like that, you could directly purchase their comics here in the marketplace, as you'll see. Quickly, confirm the transaction and read directly in the app. Easy peasy. So as far as our roadmap goes, we are first building our MVP, then we're going to onboard our first round of creators, publish on Saga's DApp store, further establish our social media presence through things like content creation, open up our pre-seed round, and our long-term goal is to have a creator-friendly, frictionless ecosystem that's usable by creators and comic book artists and writers from across the globe. And that is D-Reader. So feel free to reach out to us via any of the official channels, as we will also be releasing an alpha version for private testing soon. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you so much, James. That was amazing. And I think some people in the chat as well have expressed that they really like this idea too. We have next Garbles, Team Garbles. Andrea, perfect. Hello, how are you?
Okay, so hi everyone. We are the Garbles team, and today we're going to present you a tool that we built for crowdsourcing virtual worlds. We are Andrea and Gabriele. I used to work for a DeFi bridge who onboarded some of the largest gaming organization on chain. And Gabriele is an amazing AI engineer turned blockchain engineer who is also the main contributor of the Solana Unity SDK. So we happen to have the perfect understanding of the intersection of gaming and Web3. You can follow along today's presentation at trees.garbles.fun, but essentially the problem that we started from is that the current state for Web3 gaming is broken. Every studio is relying on middle layers or third-party API providers, and there's no way to build composable experiences as blockchain gaming should be. So here we show that we can mint a magic tree on a web page and make it appear on the Unity simulator on the left. We're also adding arbitrary parameters such as a text message and a bounce parameter. And we're going to mint the magic tree by means of Phantom, so a completely standalone wallet that is living on the browser. And the moment that we mint the tree, almost in real time, you see that the tree is appearing on the Unity simulator on the left. It says a hello word, the text that we just inputted, and the character is jumping about the same bouncing parameter that it just happened to be normalized. So what this tool enables is, of course, any users to add any item they want into games, so a way to enable user-generated content, but also games can start reusing the same assets across games. Because as you see here, it's the 3D model who is stored on chain, so it's very different from an API calls to some 3D model stored off chain. And the way that we build this is by means of an authoritative server, which is convenient because you can perform any arbitrary checks. You can ensure that the bounce parameter is between a certain range, or that the users aren't adding anything malicious to your game. And you're also retaining the authority over the NFT collection, which is really important. But then the server build the transaction, partially sign it, and send it back to the client, who is actually the one in charge of submitting it on chain and signing and submitting it on chain. And then we just happen to retrieve the asset through the SDK, but in Unity. But this kind of architecture works seamlessly for any game engine. If you're building on JavaScript, if you're building with a real engine, this works similarly well as well. You can check out the SDK at Garbles Lab. And in terms of future step, we're going to add new use cases for this tool on our game. That's the lowest hanging fruit. And then we're going to build a creator studio to enable any users to add 3D items in games. And ultimately, we want to make this tool available for any gaming project on Solana.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Cool. Any questions from anyone? Feel free to drop them in the chat. But really fantastic presentation. I think we've got some people really enjoying the little sprites and the characters. So the next team to present is Maius Invest. And here we go. Hi, Tuan.
Hi everyone. Happy to be here. Okay, I think that today is only me to present about Maius Invest. Welcome to Maius Invest, an automation investment app with a conditional dollar cost average style. So, why we build Maius Invest? Investing on Solana is difficult to the newbie. The firstly, the complexity. DeFi is hard to use and require a lot of knowledge. And we think that users only need one step to top up their investment process. And the second, the lack of automation. Manually buying and selling a token is influenced by emotion and easy to make mistakes. And finally, the custodial, not your token, not your investment. If you deposit the money into an investment application, you must ensure that your funds are not used for other purposes. To solve the above problem, we will Maius Invest with the main highlight for the investors who are new to Solana. Namely the simplicity, automation, and non-custodial. By using the Clockwork program SDK, Maius Invest will always automatically settle user funds directly to the wallet, and so the user will have the full right to the asset. Okay, now we go to the demo of Maius Invest. As you can see here, Maius Invest has very simple UI, and you just need to follow a few steps, like enter the amount you want to invest and choose the frequency of the DCA. And the cool thing is that you can set the power condition for the dollar cost average. Assuming you realize that the unstake zone event may affect the price of zone token, and you do not want to buy at that time, you can set it directly on Maius Invest UI. Currently, we are using in Helios webhook to listen for real-time event on Solana network. Okay, after completing the setup process, you can submit it to create an on-chain DCA position. You can see some example for some position being processed here. Okay, cool. It's about the demo of Maius Invest. And so for our future plans, the development is still going on DevNet, and we plan on mainnet launch on Q2 and supporting more real-time event data source and integrating more liquidity source from DEX and aggregator. Okay, and our team consists of 3 indie developers. We have building on Solana since last year, and we will continue to build on Solana. If you are interested in our project, please contact us on Twitter. Maius Invest is fully open source, and you can find it on GitHub. Okay, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Tuan. That's really, really awesome. Yeah, great job. Really, really great job. Let's move on to the next group. So the next team to present is Clusters.
Greetings, judges. I am Raj, and I'll be presenting Project Clusters on my team's behalf. One basket, many tokens. So for the team, it's me and my classmate Keval. We're university students from India, and we're Web3 enthusiasts. Clusters is a DeFi project. It is a token aggregation platform made for Solana, quite analogous to what said protocol is on Ethereum. But we have introduced a unique feature of flash loans, which will utilize the stale liquidity inside the aggregator contract of the tokens. We all know the challenges of crypto investments. It involves high volatility, risks of putting all your money inside a single coin. At the same time, it is difficult to manage diverse portfolios. The on-chain DEX issues are you have to send out multiple transactions, and to time those transactions, it is very difficult. So we came up with clusters, many tokens in one. You can convert multiple tokens into a one token and then easily reallocate your on-chain assets. So for the prototype level, we have kept it to 3, but we aim to introduce it to n variable n. This clusters will also help in reduce the volatility, as the listed cluster tokens on the DEXs will have a very complex price analysis, and you won't be able to easily figure out the price of the token of cluster, as the intrinsic value of tokens will change quite volatile. So for the demo video, here it is. It's our dashboard. We have listed the features down. This is a cluster creation form, wherein you have to add the token addresses and the amount of tokens that you want inside it. see the cluster has been created. It is now available in the browse section. You can go to the browse. We'll first have to initialize a newly created clusters, create the associated token accounts for the contract. As you can see, it has been initialized. You have to create your token accounts for your wallet address as well. We have kept a faucet button so that you can check it out on DevNet. We'll now issue and redeem the clusters. So for the issuing, it converts your many tokens into one. As you can see, the cluster supply will also change to one. We'll now redeem them back. That is, convert the one cluster token back to their original forms. Just below it, we have kept the flash loan form as well, wherein you have to paste in the token address of the token which you want to avail and the contract address of your flash program, and enter the amount of tokens that you want to introduce in flash loan. And as you can see, it has been executed. So for the future prospects, we aim to introduce n number of tokens. Like I said, it has been currently for the prototype level, we have kept it to 3, but we want to scale it to n. We also want to create a dynamic clusters variation wherein the creator will be able to change the amount of tokens inside the cluster and thus manage your portfolios more diversely. We also aim to introduce a modular flash loan guides and then maybe, if possible, a SDK, which will help users to easily avail the flash loans. So technical overview, we have used Anchor framework for the smart contract and React.js and Anchor.js on the front end. Thank you, and we'll take questions now.
Thank you so much, Raj. That was awesome. Really, really great and concise. So shall we move on to the next team? Animal Kingdom. So Rehan, if you're there, feel free to come to the stage.
Welcome to Animal Kingdom, the platform that brings transparency and new sources of funding for nature conservation through Solana, NFTs, and DAOs. You see, the problem which we are facing is summarized as follows. As the UN says, nature conservation is massively underfunded. As Cambridge University says, there's a huge lack of transparency where donors don't really even know what specific impact their donations are having. And from my personal experience in this space, I've seen that conservation organizations that do get funded sometimes get overfunded or even misallocate their funds. Now, Animal Kingdom exists to solve these issues. See, by dividing the projects into specific impacts, into like the specific animals or habitats that they are protecting and turning those into NFTs, we allow global donors to directly fund the protection of these specific animals and habitats. We pool together resources into a DAO to enable NFT holders to vote on larger scale projects to fund every month. These are things like forestation projects, renewable energy projects, etc. Now, Animal Kingdom brings higher fundraising potential to conservation projects, as well as instant donations. For donors, it brings massively increased transparency and allows them to directly support the animals and ecosystems they care about. So other startups in this field have not succeeded because they have massively overcomplicated and over-engineered what is fundamentally a simple problem. As Cambridge says, the data already exists within these conservation organizations. We need to be building solutions that empower these organizations to use the information and data they already have. Animal Kingdom is built using an Anchor program, an Next.js front end, and a TypeScript script. The repo is there. Check it out. The README is comprehensive. Here is a quick demo. So as you can see, it's available at demo.animalkingdom.io. And basically every single NFT on this platform represents a individual animal or a habitat that's in need of protection. You can click on to an NFT and take a look at its details. You can see which organization is supporting it, what its specific impacts are, like the carbon offset, the animals saved, etc. You can then fund it. We also have a new type of NFT for sponsoring the education of a youth who will then go on to get a job in a conservation organization. This actually was recommended to us by the conservation organizations. On the DAO section, you can, NFT holders can vote on large-scale projects to fund every month. And these would be things like forestation projects, like renewable energy, ocean cleanups, etc. So in terms of next steps, the next milestone is a launch on mainnet with real NFTs that will fund real projects that are excited to work with us. We need to achieve these technical and commercial goals in order to get there. Thank you so much for your time. If you would like to contribute, please do not hesitate to get in touch. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Rehan. That was really cool. And it's great to hear your passion about the project as well and about conservation. So thank you. Again, any questions? either from our sponsors or for anyone in the chat. Go ahead. Ah, hi, Julian.
So no direct questions for me, just like maybe some thought. Like instead of like, for example, like taking a donation that I, for example, donate 500 USDC, have you thought about that, for example, I could like stake, for example, for a year, and then this project receives the staking rewards so that I don't like need to spend any funds and
Yeah.
you just receive the lending or staking rewards.
So that's brilliant, actually, and very true. My idea for this was actually to stake the investment and use that for the DAO. So the funds that we use for the DAO is actually the collective staking of all the donations that have been given, because this gives us like a recurring source of revenue to fund like larger scale projects. So yeah, 100% staking is the way to go.
Also, Akshay in the questions tab has asked, how will you reach to end users or spread information about your project to the forests?
So how will I reach end users? So in terms of donors, through existing networks, so having worked in this space already, there's very established networks of like conservation, like fundraising. But also I hope that by using an actual like completely blockchain-based solution, we can tap into new like networks of potential donors in the blockchain ecosystem. And in terms of the projects, so I'm in Africa at the moment, in Mauritius, and so in like Southeast Africa, I'm really well connected with a lot of the conservation projects. So the idea is to start with the local projects, and then as we gain traction, to expand to other continents.
Let us move on. So the next group to present is HeliPort. Hello, Luis.
Hello, everyone. We are HeliPort. With HeliPort, you can pay and transact on Solana through the Helium network. Our team consists of 3 engineers with varied specializations, including IoT, cloud computing, healthcare, and blockchain. So we have the capacity to bring this to market. Current 4G networks are at their limit. Several payment forms that employ this infrastructure are becoming slow and inadequate in several of the most populated cities around the globe. 5G will, of course, be the disruptor for this, but we have to focus on improving the consumer experience and relieving those saturated networks in an economical and simple way. While we wait for 5G, we can use for this purpose a network we already have available, the Helium network. Specifically, the LoRa network that is already in place and has great coverage in the places where current 4G networks are at their limit. For this new method of signing offline and sending transactions via LoRaWAN, we created our own HeliPort wallet. It works entirely on mainnet and has all the functions of a traditional wallet to receive, manage, and send crypto assets, plus the ability to send transactions via Bluetooth to our device with LoRaWAN. Let's talk about that device. Its purpose is to receive data and commands via Bluetooth from any cell phone and communicate to the Helium network. For this solution, we already have a functional MVP running and we have tested it extensively. We are able to make payments in Solana through an RPC on a microcontroller without using 4G, 5G, or Wi-Fi networks, purely through LoRa and the Helium network. Let's go through our demo.
Finally, we will go to a nearby park to test that the system works in a more realistic environment, where anyone can take their LoRaWAN RPC node and make transfers completely offline, which can happen when one is traveling or has a saturation problem. We will show a transaction without cuts again. We open both wallets and keep the cell phone of origin in airplane mode with Bluetooth activated. Now we scan the QR of the wallet that we want to send, write an identifiable amount to send, and finally we press the send button for the transaction to occur. As soon as the transaction ends, we can check in the destination wallet that the money has arrived. This through SolScan, which is already configured in our wallet as a link. We can see that the last transaction arrived in less than a minute ago. It is indeed the same transaction that we sent offline for our origin wallet. And just to corroborate a little more, we can see that the address that made the transfer is the same as the original wallet indicates.
Our roadmap is very ambitious, but we think we can hit it despite the fact that we're still in a chip shortage. And we will start small, find product market fit, and see how it goes from there. Follow us on Twitter, and thank you, Angura, for your questions.
Thank you so much for that presentation. That's awesome. Okay, so next up is Team Pascal.
Hey everyone. Have you ever wanted to bet that it's going to rain tomorrow, or what the CPI numbers will be this month? Have you ever wished you could trade on the outcome of political and economic events just like how you would trade stocks and cryptocurrencies? Well, today, I'm excited to introduce you to our platform, Pascal Finance, a decentralized prediction market built on top of Solana that allows you to do just that. Pascal leverages the collective intelligence of the crowd to make more accurate predictions about the future. Traditional forecasting methods such as expert opinions or individual guesses are often biased and prone to errors. So by participating in a prediction market, users can not only potentially profit from their correct predictions, but also contribute to the collective intelligence of the market. Of course, we harness the power of blockchain to create a new paradigm of prediction markets that are transparent and tamper-proof. At a glance, Pascal provides users a fast and transparent experience, efficient forecasting mechanism, and the ability to trade limit orders. So the application is built on top of the Next.js framework. Most crucially, it leverages Monaco protocols, betting primitive, and uses PIF network to currently resolve financial and crypto markets. So in this demo, we'll be placing a trade in one of the markets on Pascal. So in this case, the market asks, will CPI inflation increase by more than 40 basis points in February? So we'll just place a bet order on the yes outcome. We'll be placing a 2 USDC order, market buy order, and confirm the transaction. So users can also take a look at the research and news available for this particular market as well. So once the order has been placed, we can view the transaction on a Solana Explorer, in this case, SolScan. So if we took a look at our token balance change, we can see that we have reduced 2 USDC in our wallet. We can also take a look at our position in our portfolio page. So as you can see, we have a position now open in will CPI inflation increase by more than 40 basis points in February. So, okay, there are a few things planned ahead for Pascal, but most importantly, we are working to integrate with human protocol to resolve markets that lack Oracle providers by outsourcing resolution answers from the public. So you can imagine this will unlock more arbitrary events. And that is all for the presentation. And you can actually now visit pascal.fi to start trading on DevNet today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. This is great. Yeah, also feel free to put that link in the chat as well, so everyone can access it. So the next group that we have on is, so it's Team Swipe. Amazing. Another project that started from this hackathon, so it's really great.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. We are Swipe. My name is Meek. I'm a blockchain developer, and in 2022, I won a hackathon on flash loans on Ethereum. I'm currently studying zero knowledge proofs, and here's my teammate, Martins.
Hey there, guys. I'm Martins. I'm design professional working for more than 10 years, and in last year or so, I'm willing to contribute and explore Web3 and build nice, engaging products such as Swipe.
All right, so let's talk about Twitter. So we have tweets like this where people are asking about a Tinder NFT. So clearly, this is where our idea spring from. I'll let Martin go over like some of the problems like our project fixes.
Yeah, our project generally tries to fix 3 problems. One is basically identity representation that in our app's case will be in form of NFTs. So you hold your NFTs and you don't need to fill the basic regular profile information. And yeah, from there you can discover as well new NFTs in your feed, basically what other people are represented with. And as well, you can filter the feed based on particular communities. So in this way, we are solving and helping to build, let's say, some engaging Web3 communities altogether.
All right, so let's get right into the demo. So here we have swipe. Swipe, you can press sign in with Phantom Wallet, and that's going to open your Phantom Wallet, and you press connect to, you'll be taken to the feed. And once you swipe right, that's going to call some functions from our smart contracts where you can add matches. And then you can also use our swipe motion to unmatch, or you can press the X buttons, or you can even like with the like button. And that's just going to call the functions to like create matches, which is being handled by smart contracts. And then currently we also have functionality to like create your account where you use a username and also have like an image URL for your profile. So get back to the presentation. So currently we have a feed which is done where you can easily browse and find new NFTs, which has some interactive designs. And we also want to work on our filtering where you can also filter your feed and also like sort by value of NFTs or collections. And then I'll let Martin talk about other features that you want to build.
Yes, of course, after you get matched, you would want to start to communicate with the other person. And in this way, you as well can explore the other person's collection, obviously discovering new NFTs. Perfect place for exchanging ideas. And another thing we want to build is a leaderboard that would add some gamification to it. Well, it's no secret, Digits are kind of competitive. So in that perspective, we're willing to give them a place to really shine so they can gather matches and sort of list in the top. And yeah, you can get exposure, obviously, that way too. Yeah.
All right, that's it. This is Swipe, and you can go to GetSwipe.xyz to learn more about our project.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right. Thank you, both of you. Yeah, again, feel free to put those links in the chat so everyone can go and explore your project. Great aesthetics, and I love the little like NFT Tinder kind of catchphrase. It's very, it definitely makes you remember it. Okay. So we are moving on to Team Extranode.
So hello, everyone. My name is Alina, and I'm Extranode's project manager. The real problem that every blockchain developer encounters, including us, is the unreliable infrastructure, which could result in huge losses. We as developers struggle to find sustainable RPC. Even having access to Everstake's top-notch infrastructure, engineers' code becomes unbearably terrible to handle. We were struggling to find the reliable RPC provider, and when even connecting to two providers at once didn't save us from writing some additional code to handle this unreliability. We decided to lean on a truly, really decentralized infrastructure, and we found more than 300 public RPC nodes. And they had different availability, quality, speed, but we found it as more sustainable rather than RPC as a service. It's free and has no dependency. So basically, Extranode is a smart balancer, which helps you to take full advantage of those 300 plus public RPC nodes, in addition to 10 professional validators to achieve maximum reliability. Putting frequently requested data in an optimized data structure allows us to respond 100 times faster, and enhancement of our infrastructure makes it 10 times cheaper. Yeah. Here on my screen, you can see our live statistics. We're keeping track of everything to keep our structure and service up and running. We're have here total requests, the node requests, the available public nodes, the execution time, and every metric to keep our service up and functioning and secure. Regarding our roadmap, last year, December, we launched our open source and public load balancer. Today, we're focused on speeding up RPC layer 100 times and making our infrastructure cost 10 times cheaper. which will allow us to accelerate RPC layer, Solana RPC layer, 1,000 times. Our next step will be to create a premium solution for the enterprise level needs. And of course, we're planning to expand to the new blockchains. Thank you for attention. I would be glad to answer your questions, and please feel free to contact us.
Thank you so much, Alina. Amazing. So our last team is Team Crosspay.
Hi guys, I'm Ren, the co-founder and CEO of Crosspay Crypto. We aim to provide a strong and secure interoperable infrastructure for Web3 payments. So the team is made up of myself. I take care of the go-to-market and business side of things, and William, who takes care of the technology side of things. We also have Femi on the team, who has been instrumental onto onboarding us onto the Solana ecosystem, thanks to his Rust and Anchor knowledge. So what's the problem? Sending funds to the wrong wallet address is very common. It's very high risk. Also, if you want to create your own payment gateway today, it requires coding knowledge, and so it's not something everyone can do. And not to mention, current payment gateway solutions out there have a pretty poor UX and are very difficult to navigate. We want to flip this on its head at Crosspay Crypto. We want to provide an end-to-end payments infrastructure. So that's all the way from on-ramping through to dashboarding and auditing. We want to be cross-chain and interoperable by default, have a flat fee of 1%, a sick UX, and bulletproof audited contracts. Now I'll pass you on to William, who will take you through the technical architecture, and then I will take you through a short platform demo.
Okay, Dataflow-wise, we have a UI that integrates with all the blockchains we support and also to our APIs. And all the payments information goes to the Amazon DMODB. For the architecture, we have two main endpoints for users through API Gator for developers and through Route 53 for final users. Then all requests are load balanced to the backend.
So now we move on to a payment demo. So I've logged on using my Solana wallet. I move on to the account section, and I can add details such as the company logo and the company name. Now I move on to the product section, and I can add details about the product I want to add, such as name, supply, image, price, and token, and then the product will appear here. Now I move on to the payment link section, where I just click create payment link, and I can add details such as the wallet that needs to receive the funds, a simple description for my knowledge, the name, the product I'm adding, and then any customer details I'll require. Now you just need to copy this payment link, and it's ready to go anywhere across the world. This is the view that the end user will see. All they need to do is complete the details on the form and click pay. That will trigger the approval instruction, which all you need to do is click approve, and you've just done a payment on Crosspay. Now, if you want to look at the transaction history, all you need to do is click on the transactions icon here, and you'll see a quick summary. You can also delve deeper by clicking on the customer details tab, the products details, and the transaction details tab. And if you want to look even further, you can click here and it will take you to the Block Explorer and show you even more details. Now, in terms of the roadmap, so Q4 was all about building the core functionality. So we just effectively the payment links you just saw. Q1 had a huge Solana focus. So we've onboarded Solana and all underlying SPL tokens. And we've also, thanks to Jupyter, now allowed for auto swaps, meaning that users can pay in any SPL token they wish. Our big focus now is truly enabling cross-chain transactions through exploring bridging options. Q2 is all about customer experience. We're big on customer experience at Crosspay Crypto. And then Q3 is about building that secondary functionality that completes the system. With that, I thank you for listening. Do follow us on Twitter at Crosspay Crypto and let me know if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you both for presenting and Femi for joining us as well. Fantastic presentation. And yeah, again, any questions, please pop them in the chat. I think we've just got one. Akshay has asked, are you going to support Bitcoin as well?
That's an interesting question and probably something we'll consider for the roadmap. But I think for the type of product we're trying to build with a high TP, we would probably needing to support blockchains with high TPS and low gas fees. But if there's a need, there's something we can do.
Right. Thank you so much, guys. And I guess we can move on to the next stages of this finale. So we have the very amazing Laura here with us from Encode to quickly just give a quick talk while we move on to the judging session of this finale event. I will grab Laura to come up to the stage. And in the meantime, we will be judging your projects. Thank you so much to all of the finalists for presenting. Those were fantastic presentations. You all kept it really concise. Really, really great. Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Hello.
Well done, everyone. Fantastic projects, as always. So I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself. So I'm Laura. I run the talent team at Encode Club. So not only do we run all of our incredible programs, the hackathons, the boot camps, the accelerators, the educational workshops, we also actually have a careers function at Encode. So for those that don't know, we actually support people going out and taking their next steps in their careers in crypto as well. So we do a few different things in order to support you. One being centered around kind of one-to-one support. So what we do is anyone who's kind of taken part in any of our programs is open to having one of these calls. So in the calls, we can talk about lots and lots of different things, kind of career related. So potential job options. So you might be at a point where, you know, for example, you've worked in Web 2 for a long time and you're thinking, okay, now's the time I want to make the big move and move into a full-time role in Web 3. So the first thing that we talk to a lot of people about is what role might be suitable for you in the crypto ecosystem. So whether that might be DevRel or engineering or data science, lots and lots of different options. So it might be working out kind of like what's the goal and how we're going to achieve what you would like to set out to do. So the next thing that we spend a lot of time working on is your kind of personal branding. So making sure your GitHubs present your kind of Web3 projects effectively, make sure you've got your CV and your resume up to date. So basically getting you prepared to start the job search before we kind of start introducing you to potential employers. The next thing we do is get you ready for interviews. So get you prepped for technical interviews, culture interviews, you know, any form of interview that you might be taking part in, we can support you going into those. So yeah, that's one big side of Encode. So we do lots and lots of support. And the second thing that we do is actually introduce you directly to companies who are hiring in the space. So we're very, very lucky in the sense that we are partnered with some fantastic brands who are looking to hire. So you can find all of those companies who are hiring on our Discord server. So we actually have a dedicated jobs channel within the server whereby you can find all of our open relevant opportunities with our partner companies and apply directly. So that's the first thing that you can do. So check that out. There's a lot of different options there. We work, I mean, seeing as you guys have done a Solana hackathon, you might be interested in some Rust specific developer roles. So we work with a lot of companies who are building on Solana. So lots of opportunities there. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to one of the team to talk things over in more detail. So the second thing is we have all those job roles that you can apply for. And if you do have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out. Then other way that we work is we actually can introduce you directly to some companies. If you have the skills that that company are looking for, and you also are interested in that company, we're more than happy to kind of introduce you directly and then support you through the interview process. So it might be, you know, making decisions on which protocol to go to or salary negotiation. We're very much here. And one thing to mention is that we will continually offer this service. It's not something that you have to, you know, use now or in the next month. You might not be at a point where you're considering a full-time or part-time or freelance opportunity. You might be like, I'm very dedicated to my project and I want to see it through. That's totally fine. But in the future, if you decide, you know, actually, I might want to kind of join another project and see how that is, like, feel free to reach out to us. The offer is always there for support. So make sure you tap into the Discord channel. I previously mentioned the one-to-one support that we have. After this, I'll quickly pop in a a quick link to a form that enables you to sign up for that support. So check out that. And then the final thing to mention is that we are going to be putting on, this is actually the first time anyone's heard of this, so it's quite exciting. We haven't announced it formally, but Encode are actually going to be hosting our own virtual job fair in April. So watch out for that. We've got some really cool brands signed up for that so far. I'm not going to say who yet. I'm going to wait until it's formally announced, but I can assure you there's some very cool jobs available at some really, really great companies. So check that out. We'll be posting about it on Twitter probably mid next week. So yeah, keep an eye out for that if you're interested. I'll post any relevant links that you might need. So for one-to-one sessions, I'll post a link in the chat. And I'll also post my Discord and my Twitter and Telegram. If anyone wants to reach out, just ping us and we'll try our best to support you. And yeah, just keep an eye on all the pages because that's where we'll communicate with everything. But if anyone's got any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. Eva's posted the recruitment form in the chat. So if anyone wants to have one of those sessions, feel free. We actually do have quite a lot of designer positions available. So pop me a message and we can have a chat about those specifically. Yes, the virtual job fair is very exciting. We've got some really cool companies coming and it's going to be all metaverse, like avatars pottering around, lots of activities. We're going to have some exclusive stuff for anyone who's taken part in our hackathons. So watch out for that as well. Lots of exciting things happening.
This has been my first hackathon, so thank you guys all so much for being an amazing community and making this like a really fantastic experience for me. Yeah, you're all so talented, so I definitely keep building, especially for Grizzlython, as we mentioned earlier. Thanks guys. Thank you very, very much.
Yes, sure. I can share a bit about Elusiv. So about Elusiv. So Elusiv is bringing a suite of zero knowledge encryption features to Web3 that overcomes major industry pain points. So basically ensuring privacy to remain a human right without sacrificing your security, safety, and also decentralization. And it has been a challenge to achieve user privacy in a decentralized setting without sacrificing the safety and security of a network. As we saw, for example, with Tornado Cash, that it just gets misused by illicit actors. Even though it's just a small minority, it led to sanctions from the US government. And advanced CK cryptography is the backbone of Elusiv, the Elusiv protocol. And we utilize this cryptographic primitive for both encrypted transactions and preserving decentralized compliance solutions. Empowering both the users, so you, and the network. And builders and developers, that's probably most in this call, can also use the Elusiv SDK. So some of you have already for this hackathon, but we're also planning to sponsor a few more hackathons in the future also. Right now, if you happen to be in Berlin, it's a local hackathon, so it's not online, but you can use our SDK to enable existing applications like wallets, any DeFi protocol, payment solutions, and more to efficiently implement zero knowledge technology. And as privacy remains a complex problem for Web3, like our approach will enable new and existing applications to overcome this challenge without any compromise. And this like marks the end of like privacy and compliance being mutually exclusive, like paving the way for hopefully mainstream adoption of Web3. So for now, so if you're dev and want to use our SDK, it's still closed source. You can ping me on Twitter or Telegram. I can actually paste like the Elusiv Twitter here in mine as well. I don't know if we still have time, but go a bit deeper on like how the decentralized compliance works, especially like one feature we developed and is like really unique. So there's like no other protocol having this feature on any other chain. It's something we call autonomous protocol analysis. So we have like a suite of like compliance checks because we want to provide privacy, but we don't want any like illicit actors to use the system. And we have like things like viewing keys that you can choose to share some data, but the really like interesting thing is the autonomous protocol analysis. And basically how it works is that we basically have like a distributed network of nodes called the Elusiv wardens. And they, on the one hand, relay transactions for you.
Oh, there is a question in the chat. So it says, Amik says, does Elusiv need a trusted setup?
Yes, it does. We use the Graph 16 implementation for snarks. So it needs a trusted setup here. I just want to like continue just real quick on the on a high level on the APA. So basically the Elusiv wardens, they do on and off chain compliance checks, basically in best case in the future distributed nodes around the globe, and they basically do on and off chain compliance checks, for example, like with APIs from OFAC sanctions lists, but also oracles from the ecosystem. And let's say some like illicit transaction happens, like a hack on one of the Solana protocols, and funds get sent to our protocol. What then happens is that wardens can receive an alert and then do something called a multi-party computation. And if they basically like agree to a certain threshold that this was an illicit transaction, they can do this multi-party computation to decrypt the illicit transaction. So the bad actor basically loses his privacy. So we don't freeze any funds. We don't have control over the funds. It's like we don't no custody over funds. But bad actors would basically be removed by losing their privacy. And that's like in our opinion, like the first protocol or as of now the best way to have decentralized privacy and also while being compliant.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julian. It has been a little bit hectic, but I can now say that we are ready to bring the Solana judges back to the main stage and get the prizes announced. Very exciting stuff. So what I would love to do before we do that is invite all of our finalists back onto the stage so that we can take a quick picture. So everybody, give me your best smiles if you're here, and we'll send you out. and then we'll get just a person from each team. Okay, quick smiles. We have the lovely Jonas on stage. I think, is that how you pronounce your name? Jonas?
Yes, Jonas.
Jonas, sorry, apologies. There we go.
Or Jonas. It's actually a German name, but it doesn't really matter.
Thank you so much. So you will be announcing the Solana winners, right? What I will do actually before we do that is I will get Julian to announce the winners of the Elusiv SDK. So this was available for people who used the Elusiv SDK in their projects and went for that prize track. And it is separate from the finalists that are currently on the stage. So even if you weren't a finalist, you could have been a winner. So Julian, would you like to announce your winner? I'm not sure if they're here.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I haven't seen them, but they're gonna make it really short. Congrats to AnonPay. So AnonPay is a dashboard building on top of our SDK to make private and compliant payments with Elusiv. And yeah, great work. Also, yeah, thanks for being so active in our Telegram SDK group. And I mean, yeah, we started as a hackathon project. So yeah, thanks to everyone for participating.
Thank you so much, Julian. Awesome. Okay, and now I'm going to pass back on to Jonas to announce the Solana winners. This is super exciting. I don't know who the winners are yet, so hopefully I get to see all of your lovely faces. And I'm just actually going to put the view like this so we can see everyone. Best of luck. All of you guys did amazingly.
Yeah, thank you so much. All of the projects were amazing. It's like so much cool stuff being built. It was super hard to pick the 4 winners out of these. But for everyone not winning, you can resubmit it, for example, to the Grizzly-thon that's currently ongoing, so that no one is disappointed. But we picked 4 winners. And on the first place, we have Garbles Labs with the Unity SDK and the tree planting on a live map, which we found was just crazy. Like putting a message somewhere on a map, seeing the tree that you can immediately interact with. That was really nice. Also, the 3DS is nice. Then the second one, we have D-Reader because it's like a big potential how you can like read comics, have them decentralized. It's really nice. Then HeliPort is the third place. I should have started at the bottom, actually. It was kind of not so clever. But the HeliPort, it's just amazing that you can do transactions, is facilitating the Helium network, doing it via Bluetooth in a park. It was really cool. And for the last, or the fourth place, we have Animal Kingdom for their efforts in the sustainable world, supporting animals, finding new ways of making the world a better place. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. That was amazing presentations. I hope no one is disappointed, but there's so many more opportunities where you can take your projects further, and very happy to connect as well.
Thank you so much, Jonas. Congratulations to the prize winners, and congratulations to all of you for making the finals. Seriously, it's not an easy job, and you guys, like, you put so much dedication into it, and we really, really appreciate that. Please bring your projects onto the next hackathon. Sometimes, like, you know, you got to try a few times and then you'll kind of get there. And like Julian said, like, Elusiv started off as a hackathon project, so you can too bring your project and grow it and build it and create your own Web3 company. That would be awesome. So thank you so much, everyone. And I really, really appreciate you all being here.
Just wanted to add for everyone who didn't win. Back then, we also didn't win. So we were just a honorable mention. So at I don't remember if it was Riptide, which hackathon, but yeah, so you don't need to win at a hackathon to like race around or like build a successful product.
Exactly. Thank you so much for those kind words and inspirational words, Julian. That's really important to note as well. This isn't the be all and end all, but I will leave it at that. Thank you everybody for coming and watching. I know we overran a little bit, but I think that was worth it. And it was amazing to see all of your fantastic projects. Okay, so I guess we'll see you in the next hackathon. All right. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.